Okay, so first off, for those of you listening, I highly recommend that you increase your listening speed to 1.25 or 1.5 times speed, because I do talk slowly. And that's mainly because I want to get the point across as articulately and with the best enunciation that I could possibly manage. And also just because I tend to talk a little slow. So if you keep listening, it could get boring. If you listen at one speed, regular speed. Okay, so this is intended to be a short podcast. I'm just going to go over some more things I think you should binge if you're looking for something to binge. Some recommendations. Netflix and on Amazon Prime. First for Netflix, Bodyguard. If you haven't seen Bodyguard, it came out a year or two ago. Richard Madden, you might know him as Robb Stark from Game of Thrones. He won Best Actor at the Golden Globes for this performance, and it's a 6-episode miniseries, about an hour each episode, and it's probably some of the most nail-biting modern crime thrillers, some of the most intense stuff you'll see. He plays this bodyguard as he looks over this Home Secretary, they call her, in London. And it's very, very good TV. It's too good for TV, as they would say. It's like a 6-hour movie, which is amazing. He absolutely deserves and earns that Best Actor nomination and award, because he's just amazing in this. He moved me to tears by the end, and he's just 100% a character you can root for and get behind, and he's great every moment he's on screen, and he's on screen a lot. He's the main character. And I mean, it's very intense stuff. So if you like that kind of thing, modern crime thrillers with terrorist angle, you'll definitely dig this one. And then the next one, Amazon Prime's The Boys. You might have heard of it. I think there were a lot of YouTube ads and everything recently. It's very good. I binged all of it the day it came out. I was sucked in. I was transported to this world, which is not unlike the world that we live in. And that's another thing. I like when movies or TV or anything has verisimilitude. And for those of you uninformed, what that means is that you can believe that everything that is happening on screen would happen exactly as it does on screen in real life. So verisimilitude, as in it simulates real life, I guess, to break up the word. It imitates life. It's very realistic. So this being a superhero show is extremely refreshing, because I've gotten kind of tried and true comic book movies, Marvel, DC. It's gotten very meh, and it's gotten very boring for me. So seeing this, something that takes it as seriously as Barry takes itself, it's really refreshing and makes it super interesting to watch, because I like superheroes, but I feel like I've seen most of what the superhero genre has to offer, and I'm telling you as a fact, this is something different within the superhero genre. So if you're looking for something like that, I 100% recommend that you check this out. It's truly remarkable. Carl Urban is awesome, and if everything I've said isn't a good enough pitch for for you to go watch this show, it literally starts with one of the speedster heroes literally running through our main character's girlfriend. It's like the inciting incident. And you'll see that in the trailer. Like, he destroys her, and all that's left is our main character is holding on to her hands, and only her hands. It's, this show does not hold any punches, and the superheroes, they're like the celebrities, and they are the a-holes that we would think certain celebrities are or would be. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and this just showcases that quite brilliantly. So I definitely recommend that show. And as always, like I talked about in other episodes, Grown-Ups, Working Moms on Netflix, that's a great one. Barry on HBO, that's a great one. And I started watching The Good Place. Season 3 is on Netflix. I think they're on season 4 now. I like just catching up on the shows. I like waiting for it to come on Netflix, just because that makes it easier to binge the entire season story at once or at my leisure, as opposed to waiting each week for new episodes. But if when Barry comes out, I'll definitely watch Barry like week to week. That's definitely another. I definitely want to do an entire video or podcast on Barry itself. Those are a bunch of good shows you should watch if you're looking for any recommendations or looking for something different. And I also wanted to say that we will be getting another episode of Conversations with a Cinephile within the end of this week. Talal and I had a bit of a miscommunication, and we couldn't get our schedules in order. But don't fret, dear listener. You will get another episode of Conversations. If you like this kind of impromptu recommendation podcast, let me know. I will be uploading these on YouTube. They're definitely on Spotify. I think they still have to be approved on Google Podcasts, although the first 3 episodes are on Google Podcasts. And they're on Stitcher, and they're on some other podcast platforms as well. Like, I think it's called Dashbox or Podbox or one of those. Point is, it's also on iTunes. Point is, whatever you listen on, even YouTube, you should be able to find this, and you should be able to leave comments or subscribe and give any sort of feedback whatsoever. But other than that, you guys have a great day. I'm having a pretty good one so far, and I'll see you guys in the next. Hope you guys tune into the next one, and peace.